Welcome. In this lecture, we would focus on the 2021 questions which were asked from teaching aptitude. Now, the first question is the core of teaching process is the arrangement of how the environments within which a student can interact and how students can learn. That is perfectly correct. The model of teaching is not description of learning environment. That's incorrect, because when we are talking about teaching, we focus on content, skill, the support from the learner, the resources, the assessment, as well as the characteristics of the learner. So statement 2 is correct, statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is incorrect. The next is, which of the following is not a characteristic of adult learner? So adult learner are matured, they can think rationally, and they can make a balanced choice. However, the idea is not that they have contemporary values, okay, or they question the contemporary values. They may or may not question the contemporary values, and they search for a stable identity. That's again not a reason for a adult learner. So 1, 2 and 4 are the correct options here. Now, various evaluation methods are there. We have covered those in our lecture series. The evaluation where we get regular feedback to the student as well as the teacher is what is known as formative evaluation, because the student knows what are the weak areas, the teacher knows where they have to devote more effort. So it's a constant feedback for both of them. The next is, what is the name of a mental process that helps the learner to reflect their thinking by internalizing, understanding, recalling the content to be learned. So when we are focusing on the mental process that focuses on thinking, internalizing, understanding, we call this as metacognition. Why? It is cognition of cognition. So understanding about understanding is what is the idea. So we understand about one's own performance, one's own understanding, one's own thinking, one's own learning behavior. The next is, social scientists belong to the verstehen tradition, do not accept the idea of predicting human behavior in a mechanistic term. That's very true, because they don't consider that human behavior is mechanical. It is asserted that the main aim of the social science is to promote human understanding, not just human understanding. There are various other embeds. So under the verstehen tradition, we focus on two types of understanding. One is direct observation that you see. The other is explanatory understanding about the sequence of motivation, why things occur in a certain fashion, and the qualitative approach towards various aspects in life. So those are the two things that we understand here. Clear? So those are the idea. That's the idea here. So statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. The next is, what is the name for the type of checklist or rating that expresses criteria on some point scale to determine the quality of performance? So we have a checklist and we determine the quality of performance, and that's through the rubrics. So rubrics is the system where instructors' performance expectations for certain assignments or piece of work is given. The next is match the list. Now, who gave which concept is important. So if we go to the concept positive interdependence given by Johnson, it could be positive or negative. So positive is where individual think that they can reach their goal if they are cooperatively linked with others. So promoting each other's effort is important. Structured inquiry, the concept given by Salvin, which talks about understanding the team learning, the informal group learning methods. Role playing by Chatley. Here the teaching model says that the person plays the role, and this is extensively used in game theories. The jurisprudential inquiry model given by Oliver and Shaver. This model talks about the concept of legal aspect, the study of science, technology, and social issues, and how effective this teaching can be for them. The principle where a student learns together but performs alone is based on individual accountability. So under individual accountability, the person says that we learn together, but when it comes to performance, it's a single person's performance which is monitored or measured. The next is, when a respondent is aware of being measured, then its effect on the behavior is the reactivity. So based on the reactivity, we know that our responses are being measured, so our effect on the behavior would be explained based on that, and this is what we call as the process of reactivity. The last section is the correct sequence of the elements in a classroom speech is, first of all there is an introduction, then we describe the concept, then we conclude. Once there is a conclusion, we ask for feedback, and finally the clarification. So those are the correct sequence when we focus on a classroom speech. Again, an important question. However, similar questions, as we can see, have been asked across the various sets, so we definitely recommend practice past year papers with complete solutions. The past year paper questions are available in the link below. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to connect back. Thanks a lot.